Hey yo, hello, hello. Hey yo, hello, hello. Another one like the other one, and some more of it. I am your host with the mother most Beethoven, the innovator. This is Liquid Courage, and I am the man of the hour. Happy, beautiful, thirsty Thursday evening. So, Thursday night hype, it is on this glorious Thirsty Thursday as I presented just a bit ago, a few seconds ago. So, for everyone out there, it is springtime, going into summertime, and Super Bloom. For those that are not familiar with Super Bloom, and you have to travel to Joshua Tree National Park. Okay, it's something that happens typically every year. It's a big, festive looking blossom every year around this time of year. Typically starts around April 1st, but sometimes it will blossom around mid February, depending on how late and early autumn, winter, and spring is. You know what I mean? That whole deal with the seasons. But it is alive and kicking, real strong, real colorful, real vibrant. I myself have not had a chance to go yet. Well, I've had a chance. I just had not pinned it into my schedule, penciled it in. But it's something great that you fellas out there should think about, right? Because it's a nice travel surprise for your lady. You know what I mean? That one boo that you're just trying to have on your side. You know what I'm talking about? Um, for those that are not familiar with the Conservatory of Flowers in the Bay Area in San Francisco, California, they do something that's kind of like on the digital side. It's something called the Night Bloom, where they have all these dancing lights, and it's really, really beautiful. It's a beautiful garden, the Conservatory of Flowers. It's a beautiful thing that they do right there in San Francisco. This is something that can be enjoyed, I believe, year round. So those from Southern Cali, take your girl up to Northern Cali. Those from Northern Cali, bring your lady on down to Southern Cali. You know what I'm saying? Up and down the coast, take Pacific Highway and make it a nice little a journey, right? Make it adventurous. You know what I'm saying? Be spontaneous, and this is one of those things that you can do. Picnic along the way, pack something, or go up and down the coast and enjoy a couple of cafes, right? That's something that you can do. So I just want to put that out there just so everybody is aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? In case you're looking for some dating ideas, some traveling ideas. Excuse me, I can't talk right now. That's probably because I need some H2O in my life. It's one of the best ways to have a sip and relax right there. Have a sip of this H2O, high quality. Yeah, I'm talking about. But yeah, so if that's something you're looking forward to as far as going somewhere and doing something, there you go. Go to Joshua Tree, enjoy the Super Bloom. It should be nice and vibrant and colorful all the way up until mid June or something like that. So you know, have a trip, do a turnaround, do whatever you got to do, but make it take the scenic route and enjoy California. And for those again from Southern Cali, go up to Northern Cali. From those in Northern Cali, down to Southern Cali, right? So just make a whole field trip of it. Do the family thing, right? If you have families, right? Do that. Take the kids. You know what I mean? Take your grandmama, take your auntie, take your uncle, take your grandfather, right? Take your father. Just you know what I'm saying? It's just something to do uh, to just fellowship with family, with your lady, with your guy. You know what I'm saying? Your domestic partner, your significant other, whatever these people may be and may mean to you. That's something you can do. Travel down to Joshua Tree, go up to the Bay Area, yay area. You know what I'm saying? Go up there and enjoy the Conservatory of Flowers. I just want to ping and piggyback off one another because of I was just reading about, looking at some pictures about the Super Bloom. So just figured y'all could utilize that information. Shit, I could use it myself. Now, are you ready? to rumble. And the reason why I say that is because what I'm about to dig into right now may be a controversial topic, right? May be very, very, very heavy with the controversy. Um, and because of that, I'm going to go ahead and have myself a sip and relax. So I got my sun kissed soda happening right here. I usually don't drink soda. I usually don't drink soda, but when I do, I make a whole, I make something of it, right? When in Rome, as they say. I guess that means when you're doing something special, make it special. So as you see here, there's a little personal fireball. Now this right here, right? It's a little more than slightly more than a shot, just by a little bit. And this is what I call the fireball with the orange soda. And I usually don't do the mixed drinks, but when I do them, I'm exotic with it. So you have the fireball and you have the orange soda. This is called the fire bomb. Go ahead and drop that in there, as you see. Excuse me. Job well done. Now, again, before I get into it, let me just break this down and I'll go over it after the end of this here little segment. But this was about 7.5 ounces, so roughly around 8 ounces of soda, the orange soda. And what you can do is I don't know if you paid attention to the level, but the level was about there, so it slightly went over the shot. So it was a little more than a shot of it was about a couple shots. So it's about, I don't know, about 3 to 4 ounces of it, seemingly so, but it said 7.5 floor ounces. But so about 8 ounces, right? Half of a 16-ounce cup, right? And then dropped the shot in there, and it was just enough to overflow over the shot, just like you would do a sake bomb or a Jaeger bomb. I don't know if this is really called something, but here on Lick with Courage, you heard it here first. Fire bomb. You understand me? Orange soda, fireball. All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the touchy subjects. The things you hear about and you never see, or the things you see and you never hear about. So, this topic has been going around for, months, days, weeks, months, years. A lot of people that I've discussed this with said, "Oh yeah, I heard about this on this podcast. Oh yeah, such and such was being interviewed and they talked about this." So there's this weird understanding that men are afraid to approach women, right? Afraid to approach women. I find that to be absurd, right? Even if it's in the least bit, I just find it to be absurd. Now, to say a man is afraid of approaching a woman is slightly ridiculous. I like to believe that we are cautious about the way we approach women, based on the stigmas and the labels and just the way things are promoted, whether it's in the music, whether it's just how things are promoted through the avenues of entertainment, right? Especially with social media being so prevalent in today's society and this climate in which we live in. So a man can't. It's tough for a man to address a woman, to approach a woman, without being looked at as a creep. Now, some of this is going to be redundant because I was discussing something similar to this about a week or two ago, but it's going to delve a little deep into this, right? Take a nice deep dive into this right now. we're cautious because being labeled as a man, being labeled a creep hurts a man's feelings. Even if he's really out there creepy, right? you know, Nobody wants to do anything and make people cringe, right? Nobody wants to say anything and make people, you know, do the whole whisper thing, play the game of telephone talking about somebody. I mean, I understand women don't want to go through that either, but typically women don't have to go through this problem of being labeled and scrutinized and slandered, um, just for speaking how they feel and acting on their emotion, right? When men act too much on emotion, we emotional, right? We're emotional, and some women look at that as being weak, and other men look at that as being weak, but it isn't, right? But that's the stigma. So for a man to approach a woman that he is feeling, that he's gravitated towards, he has to proceed with caution. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that women have to proceed with caution or respond or react with caution, whatever. I know they have to be cautious about the way they deal with men. Excuse me, I bumped the mic. I don't know if you heard it, but if you did, excuse me, pardon me for that. But women have to be cautious as well, right? Because they are worried about a man taking advantage of them, in some of the worst ways, with rape being a thing, and human trafficking, kidnapping, all these different things, right? Sexual assaults, and I'm not saying it can't happen to a man, but by a man or even by a woman, right? But it's known to happen from a man towards a woman. And unfortunately, we haven't figured out a way to contain these individuals that think and act in that manner, right? We don't know how to really troubleshoot the situation, or is it just not being attended to? I don't know. I'm not going to go down that. That's another discussion for another day. But based on what I'm discussing right now is, I understand women are cautious, but I don't think women really understand how cautious a man has to be based on all of the weirdos out there. It's a lot of awkward individuals out there. It's a lot of people. There's a difference between the people that do not know how to socialize, as opposed to the people who know how to socialize and pretend to be awkward but are really weird and have strange, cruel intentions. Just let that sink in for a bit, right? So with all that going on, there's a lot of normal folk, right, that just want to say hi. I hear a lot about men, trying to tell a woman, that, it's something on her, on the back of her pants. It's, she got tissue on the bottom of her heel. I seen a video. I can't recall. Excuse me for that. But I was watching something, and a guy was talking about how he tried to tell a woman it was some groceries on top of her car. She sped off, or a coffee mug or something like that. Like, it's wild of how on edge we are as a society. So it makes it even that much more difficult for the women that say, oh, there's no good men out there. All the men are this or all the men are that. But you're really not giving an individual, you're not giving him a chance, right? So in order to know how good or bad someone is, you have to give them the opportunity to show you how good or bad they are. So you can't do that if I say, oh, hey, ma'am, how you doing? Hey, miss, excuse me, lady. However, it doesn't matter how respectful sometimes a woman is approached by a man, they automatically are like, nope, I'm married. I don't care if you're married. I'm not even attracted to you. You're not even my type. But I don't really say that. You know what I'm saying? In my younger years, yeah, I had, this mouth used to get real direct. You know what I mean? I used to get real, you know, not serious, but you know, I was considered to be an asshole at times based upon my direct response and or reaction in my younger years. But I've dialed that back a lot, right? As I get older, I just realize sometimes other people don't realize what they're saying and what they're doing. So um, somebody has to be aware, right? Somebody has to be understanding of what is happening, right? Uh, and if I'm not understanding what's happening and you not understanding what's happening, it's gonna be really weird, right? So we have to all be cognizant of our interactions with one another. And again, I don't want to sit up here and act like I'm woman hating or shaming or and just taking up for the fellas, right? But the reality of it is that based upon this topic of discussion, we get the short end of the stick when it's really playing out. Like we don't really get a fair shake when it's really playing out. Because what happens is, like I previously said, I could just say hi, which I've done. And I've got like the cold shoulder and shut down, and I was not even pursuing. You know what I mean? I had morals. I have morals that was instilled in me as a child from my grandparents. I had that pleasure, right? From my parents, I had that pleasure. Aunties, uncles, older cousins, because they seen it. It was taught to them. So I had that pleasure. I've had old heads when I was growing up that would be like, nah, youngster, that's not how you do it. You don't want to be like me. You want to do it like this. So I had that pleasure. And of course, being young and dumb full of cum, I didn't listen to everything then. But if you get hit so many times, it's going to start to hurt. You dig what I'm saying? So it's going to start to sink in what is happening, what is being said, what is being done. Right? So I took a lot of those lessons and so a lot of those lessons play out as I continue to gain wisdom, right? As I continue to live, as long as you are utilizing your common sense, you continue to live, a lot of things will start to register. You know what I'm saying? You will gain wisdom just by living. The longer you live, as long as you are paying attention and utilizing your common sense. Now, let me reel that back in, right? So I'm saying all that to say that if I'm taught to just to speak, we make eye contact. I'm gonna speak to you. Hey, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? What's happening? What it is? What it do? Whatever. However, my what's up is feeling that day, at that time, at that moment. That's how I'm going to do that. Right? That's how I'm going to approach you and address you, and not necessarily approach you, but if we're crossing paths, and eye contact means a lot. Right? There's a lot of meaning behind eye contact. And so, and when you're looking directly at someone, you're supposed to speak. Now, I know sometimes people are nervous and they're kind of just looking around and you kind of catch eye contact. But usually when I do that, I'm like, what's up? You know what I mean? We know what it is when you have the head nod, you know what I mean? The head nod. And I do that sometimes. I look at some brothers, I catch that. We make eye contact just looking around, and you know what I'm saying? We head nod and we continue to browse like, yeah, we back to back in this thing if it goes down. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what it is. You see that head nod, y'all continue to, read the room. Literally and figuratively, right? So, we need to understand that men are just as cautious as women when it comes to dealing with one another. Right? We don't want to look like a fool. We don't want to be labeled as a creep. We don't want to get sexual assault charges, rape charges. Well, some people do it. That's what they do, right? Just like some women lie about those actions. Now, there's some dudes who relied on. There's some dudes who actually did it. So that means there's some women that are being sexually assaulted and raped, and there's some women who are lying about it being done. Right. So it's a two-way street with that. So we're both cautious, right? We're both cautious, but being cautious does not have to put you on edge, right? You could be on alert and still be civilized at the same time. If just imagine, and I'm pretty sure some ladies, you probably had some cocky, overconfident dude you spoke to. Maybe you was gonna shoot your shot, and he hit you with the I'm with my partners. Oh, you talking to me? He didn't hit you with it. And for those ladies that have dealt with that, because I'm pretty sure it's happened, I've seen it happen. So if every lady in America or on this globe said it never happened, it's somebody lying. But my point in saying that is the same way you felt when that happened, that's how we feel when it happens. Nobody likes to get told no, but there's a respectful way to do a lot of things. Almost everything can be done in a respectful manner. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's not be childish here. We're like, oh, you're gonna say, fuck my life, and you can make that, and that we can be cordial. No, not if somebody really mean that and they don't really care. Yeah, no, that's not. I'm not saying no crazy, outlandish bull crap, right? I'm talking about the way people address each other in a respectful manner does not have to lead to anything else. Meaning, just because I say hello, how are you, because we made eye contact, baby, I ain't trying to take you out to lunch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to take you to a movie. I'm not even trying to find out where you stay. I don't even want to know what car you drive. I just said hello because we locked eyes. And so, unfortunately, because of the reaction that men tend to get, we're extra cautious. So, ladies, we're not scared. We're not afraid. We're just cautious. And we don't want a jacket thrown on us, especially when it's not cold outside. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't want a jacket thrown on me just because people feel it's cool to do. Nobody wants that. So we have to proceed with caution, just like you ladies are proceeding with caution. And I personally believe once we all understand that, even us men, once we understand how cautious you ladies are proceeding and understand how to proceed with caution on our behalf and without it being so awkward, we'll get somewhere. Now, what does that look like? I don't know, because everybody is different, right? Everybody is different. But what I can say is that we have to give it a try, right? You have to give it an opportunity to know something's not working. You know what I mean? There's so many ways, just as many ways as it is for people to scam people. It's just that many ways, if not more, to secure yourself, right? To make sure that you're safe. So it's not just, oh yeah, all these different scams going on and people doing this and doing all this fraudulent crap out here. Yeah, they are, but I mean, there's ways to secure yourself. You know what I'm saying? To kind of barricade yourself, not in a way, but just, to the point to where people won't really continue to try you. A lot of it has to do with how we carry ourselves. You can carry yourself in such a way to where people just won't really bother you because you're hard to read, which is okay if they, to a certain extent, but you don't want to be so difficult that nobody wants to approach you, right? You don't want to have like a brick wall up, and this brick wall is layers of brick, not only height wise, but the depth of it is just Like, gonna take a wrecking ball to get through that thing. You don't want to be that difficult, right? We don't want to be that difficult. Um, but you want to be safe. You want to be alert. I get it. So do men. A lot of men want to admit it, but I didn't went on dates before, and the way me and some women have met up, I was like, whoa, like I thought maybe I was gonna get chloroformed, and the chloroform or whatever the date rape thing is, the pill, or where they smother you, whatever that's called, right? Not the pill, but the little stuff that see in the movies, right? So I used to think that was gonna happen to me a couple times. A couple times I was like, oh man, she gonna take my kidney out. She gonna, or both of them. I don't know. She gonna take kidney, liver. You know what I mean? Take a lung out. I was just like, I tripped. Now I'm not saying I will admit that, because I be super duper cautious. Just so I'm so cautious about things like what's the thing with like a hypochondriac is, where like, oh man, something wrong. Like I'm not that bad, but I just be trying to be on my point. You know what I'm saying? In my square, not knocked off point at all. I try to be on it. But yeah, so we're just as cautious, right? Because nobody wants to be taken advantage of in that regard. You don't want to get blindsided and you blindfolded and don't know where you're at. Like that's nobody want that, right? So we all are proceeding with caution. And ladies, I need y'all to understand that us men, we love you. We do. We're not scared of you. Not at all. But we're just cautious because we do not want any jackets thrown on us that we don't want to wear, that we're not even fitted for. But somebody gonna try to make us wear. We don't want that, right? We do not want labels. That does not pertain to us per se, right? Nobody wants to be labeled. Like a promiscuous woman, girl, whatever, I feel everybody should be able to do whatever they want to do as long as they doing it in a respectful manner. You know what I'm saying? A promiscuous girl being called a hoe, why? And if a chick sleep with 10 dudes in 4 months, she a hoe. If a dude do it, he a player. That's been the typical response to those two situations, right? They're not only similar, they're exact same, but one gets put up here on the pedestal, the other one gets dropped down here, right? So my point is saying is nobody wants labels, especially if they don't necessarily deserve them. All right? Don't deserve them. And if you don't deserve them, why should you have them? But it happens. I get it. But it shouldn't, because we're all proceeding with caution. Communication goes a long way. So maybe that can help. Maybe people just need to get back to verbally communicating more. Stop texting, call. But then that's going to be hard because y'all got to let us talk to you for about 3 to 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? To get your phone number. You feel me? But social media is prevalent, right? What we doing on social media? We're sending DMs and you know what I'm saying? And sending links to pages and posts. And so, I don't ever think that will go away, but I think we need to find a way to work around that and just realize like we're still real people in a real world living a real life. So, ladies, we're not scared of you. We're just cautious of how we're made out to look. Like a lot of people, like I even said, I say, man, I don't care how nobody look at me. I don't care how I look. But Truth is, I do. I care how I look to a certain extent. Like I care about my excuse me, my presence. I care about because that's what I was taught. I know everybody probably familiar, if not all, the majority, about 90% of people on earth is familiar with put on some clean drawers. You know what I'm saying? For whatever may happen. You know what I mean? Make sure your drawers are clean. You know, just you take care of yourself. So we care. We're taught to care for ourselves. Period. You got to care for yourself before somebody else can care for you. Right? Care about yourself before other people can care about you. Love yourself before somebody else can love you. You got to do that for you first. Right? That has to happen. So once we start understanding that, as well as understanding that real people living a real life, and it's okay for people to speak to you, it's okay for people to, you know, respectfully shoot their shot. You know, you talking to a dude and he's like, oh yeah, baby, you know, it's all good, you're beautiful, whatever. Because that's just what we do. We kind of bask in it for a little bit, like, okay, baby, I see you. But I'm married though, you know what I'm saying? Respect him. I mean, unless he don't respect it, then that's between y'all, right? And the same thing, fellas, when she do the same thing, and she may be enjoying the attention because, you know, whatever for whatever reason, but she like, I'm married. Move on. See, being persistent is okay, but putting pressure where it shouldn't be is not. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really, you feel me? You gotta really be able to tell a difference. You gotta really be able to put your microscope on your binoculars. You know what I'm talking about? And see what it is. You gotta do that. Because if you don't, ladies too, you know, us men sometimes think women be creepy with the way they maneuver, especially when they pushing a little too extra. Stop pressing so hard, baby. It is or it ain't. It will or it won't. You know what I'm saying? And fellas, you gotta realize the same thing. As soon as we come to an understanding on that, right? Then we can be cohesive again. You dig what I'm talking about? And then we can coexist without women thinking that men are scared to approach them. Everybody, like, I'm not gonna say everybody, but there are women that get intimidated by men that they feel is gorgeous, handsome, fine, cute, whatever. And men get intimidated by the women that they think is cute, fine, handsome, gorgeous, whatever. Right? So good looking people, that's good looking too, because it's different strokes for different folks. So somebody for everybody, right? Good looking people just on the aesthetics alone will make people nervous, right? And that's natural. That's cool. Sometimes people looks are intimidating. They meet somebody, the way they walk, talk, and stand, their presence. It happens. But we all just need to understand that those people need love too. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I've heard, you know, some interviews where some dudes, some chicks talking about because of who they are and how they are and what they do, they don't really go on dates much. They don't really get approached much. But then you have people talking about how much they get approached, and it's annoying, and it's this and it's that. So I don't really know how to break that down. I haven't really unpacked that yet. Like, I don't know if people getting approached because they seem to be easy, and that's why they get approached so much. I don't know, right? I don't know, but we need to balance that out. We just need to find a way to balance that out. You know, continue to be those that are being real people. And what I mean by real people is those that are, you know, just doing regular human-like things, like speaking. Hey, how's your day? Good morning, good evening, good night. How are you? How you been? How was the trip? You know, things like that. Instead of just going to social media. And I know it's probably one of those things at this point in time, right? In this climate that we're in, it's probably easier said than done because so many people run to social media. I'm on social media. You know what I'm saying? This is on social media. However, I'm still an outside person. If somebody came to me like, man, this weekend we about to go camping, man, don't even worry about it. I got everything. Or all you need to do is pick up this and I can make it happen. I'm outside. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm outside. No, I'm outside. Oh, let's go. You know, I'm old school. Let's go take a, bend a few corners, man. Put paint where it ain't. See what it is. See what it ain't. You know what I mean? What it do? I'm all about that. So I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? If social media crashed right now, I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, all that. All that is social media platforms, right? All those are social media platforms. If all that tanked right now, just quit, boom, evaporated, gone, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Because when I go to my mailbox, if somebody walking a dog, jogging or whatever, we make eye contact, excuse me, I'm like, what's up? How you doing? That's what I'm doing. Excuse me, my allergies kicked in. I don't have it yet. A napkin, so I can't really blow my nose, so excuse me. But yeah, I'm outside like that. If I'm at the grocery store, even with all these mass shootings and stuff going on like that, man. Sometimes people just need to feel acknowledged. But it's hard to do that when women are talking about we're scared of them. And I know people that are gonna watch this say, "Oh, where are you getting your information?" I mean, all over. It's been a talk on several platforms for a while now. It's like a thing. It's like, oh yeah, well, I can't get a date because of this. I can't get a date because of that. But it's mainly coming from women. All right. It's not really coming from men. It has, but not really. It's mainly coming from women. Dudes are too creepy the way they approach. Well, I mean, sometimes we don't even know what, like, every woman is different. Some women will say one thing, some women will say another. Ladies, again, we love y'all. But from my personal experience, I won't speak on all other men. It takes time for us to understand y'all. That's what I feel like. And sometimes some of us don't have the patience to put forth the effort. So, excuse me. Again, that is his fault. And however you feel about that individual, that's a little different from what I'm speaking on right now. So there's so many different variables. There's so many different moving parts to how we do things when we are dealing with you women out there. Now, I'm not saying it's like this across the board for every woman, but it's pretty much standard. And I'm not saying it's okay, but it's pretty much standard across the board for most women. You do give a dude a chance. You go on a date. You got to worry about, okay, is he going to stick me with the bill? Is he anti-chivalry? Like, was his mama in his life? Does he hate his mom? Was he raised by any men, or was the man respectable individuals? All these, is he gonna rape me? Is he gonna kidnap me? Is he gonna try to rob me? That's a lot, and I get it. Now, some of you fellas out there, well, I got to worry about the same thing. I can't be trusting these broads. Yeah, okay, maybe so. But you don't have to worry about half the things that they have to worry about. So I get it, ladies. I get it. I get it. You have all those things. My point is that with all those things, we don't know because y'all do not give us any type of hint to, of what angle that at least come from. You ain't got to tell us how to come, right? I don't know if I need to come. You ain't got to tell us if we need to come just 90 miles per hour or we need to cruise on in, but you don't even give us an idea of coming in from what location because y'all have so many things going on, boop, 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 and it's the wrong defense. You're blocking out the wrong things. Not all the time, because again, there's some weirdos out there, but we don't know how to address at times. So we have to be cautious. Hi, how you doing? You know what I mean? And it's laughable, right? It's something to laugh at, but it's true. All right. We don't really know how to address you. Not all the time. Sometimes they be, oh, he's too goofy. Well, because I just had to say something goofy because I was nervous. Oh, girl, well, every time he say this, he say that, he just kind of chuckle. Well, I'm nervous. Because sometimes you ladies, y'all sit there, y'all be shy. We won't even know. Y'all just sit there looking pretty and just be like, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, is she feeling me? Is she not? But you're over there thinking all those things that you're thinking, and we don't even know. So we have to proceed with so much caution that it can make the situation awkward. You know what I mean? Everybody is not a creep. Everybody is not a sex offender. Everybody is not a rapist. Everybody is not out here adult napping folks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not out here trafficking human beings. I understand it's a lot of that, but it's a lot of that not happening with individuals. You dig what I'm saying? So, ladies, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, speaking for myself and the fellas that I'm cool with, family and friends that I know, and associates and whatnot that I know, we're not scared of you, ladies. Men are not scared of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking on the behalf of my people. Men are not scared of you. We just got to be cautious with all this stuff that's happening, all this stuff that's televised and publicized, and just we oversaturated with bull crap in this climate we're living in. So, um, we're not scared. We're just cautious, and I hope we all learned something tonight because I surely did on Thursday night hype. This is Liquid Courage. I am your host with the most Beethoven, the innovator. And going out, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go round with it. So one more for the road, and I'm looking at the screen. My bad, not looking at y'all. But what I want you to do is visualize to realize, like, share, subscribe. Say like, share, subscribe. That's all you got to do. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? Show some support. It's free, ain't it? Yes, it is. Love and support is free. So why not show it all to me? Or just some of it. Just give me an eensy teensy wit, a little bit. All right, just a little bit. So like, share, subscribe. Visualize to realize across the board. Linktree, visualize to realize, and everything will be down there in that there Rolodex when you go to Linktree. So have a sip and relax. Out of here.